Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First of all, we always thank to Allah the Almighty, who helped us all to attend today's program. We had a lot of guests today. I'll just go with very short message from them we learned today. There are a few guests who sent their message. First of all, Honorable Anthony Albanese, the MP, leader of the opposition, sent a message to us. In his message, he thanked IPDC for IPDC's contribution to multicultural Australian society. We thank Mr. Daniel Andrews, the Premier of Victoria, who sent a message to us. In his message, he has mentioned IPDC's work, which is making that community more stronger. We acknowledge and thank Honorable Tony Burke, MP, Federal Member of Watson, Shadow Minister for Industrial Relations, Shadow Minister for the Arts, Manager of Opposition Business. We always notice that whenever we invite Mr. Tony Burke, he always is with us. Special thanks to him, even he sent his message and also gave his speech today in our AGM. He has mentioned that some challenges we face in this COVID situation and how IPDC has successfully contributed to relieve this stress in the society. Thank you, Honorable Tony Burke. We acknowledge Mr. Andrew Giles, MP, Federal Member of Scullin, Victoria, Shadow Assistant Minister for Schools, Shadow Minister for Cities and Urban Infrastructure, Shadow Minister for Multicultural Affairs, Shadow Minister assisting for Immigration and Citizenship. Thank you for your beautiful speech. You have mentioned about IPDC's contribution to multicultural society. Thank you for your special support against Islamophobia. We acknowledge the beautiful speech from Senator Janet Rice, Senator for Victoria, Deputy Australian Greens Whip, Chair of Community Affairs Reference Committee, and Deputy Chair of Community Affairs Legislation Committee. Thank you for your beautiful speech. You have mentioned that you are very impressed by IPDC work for justice, society, environment, and peace. You have also mentioned that those values are also the green values. We all like to work together for a better society. Thank you again. We thank you, Mr. Christopher John Means, MP, Leader of the Opposition, New South Wales, Member of the Legislative Assembly, Member for Kogarah. Thank you for his speech. You have specially mentioned the contribution of IPDC, who is helping to settle down the new migrants. You have also mentioned IPDC's work for next generation. Thank you for your beautiful speech. We acknowledge Mr. David Showbridge, MLC, Member of the Legislative Council, New South Wales. Thank you for your speech. You have especially mentioned about IPDC's work for Australian society, especially during this COVID situation. We acknowledge Ms. Natalie Sulaiman, MP, Legislative Assembly, Victoria. You presented on behalf of Minister for Multicultural Affairs. Thank you for a beautiful speech, and you acknowledge the work IPDC is doing for a multicultural society. We hope to work together in future also. We acknowledge Ms. Sarah Connolly, MP, Legislative Assembly, Victoria. Thank you for mentioning IPDC's support for vaccination in Victoria. We acknowledge the message from Jihad Deeb. You have especially mentioned about IPDC's management and volunteers' contribution to Australian society. Thank you, Mr. Jihad Deeb. We acknowledge speech from Ms. Lee Rihanan, former Senator in New South Wales. Thank you for your acknowledgement about IPDC achievement for multicultural society. We acknowledge His Eminence Dr. Ibrahim Abu Muhammad, Grand Mufti of Australia. Thank you for your beautiful advice to IPDC to present Islam at its true form for all. Thank you. We acknowledge the presence of our inspiration, Sheikh Sadi Al Sulaiman, the President, Australian National Imam Council. You are our inspiration, Sheikh. You have mentioned in this critical situation a very important message to all of us that we need to be patient, we need to be optimistic, as shown by our beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Thank you for reminding us this beautiful message. We all need to work together to overcome this critical situation. Thank you, Sheikh, and we always happy to find you in our any event. You are always supportive to us. Thank you again. We acknowledge Sheikh Isa Abdul Musa, President, BOIV, on his behalf. Sheikh Muhammad Nawaz, he presented a beautiful speech, and thank you for your speech mentioning IPDC's work for the community. We acknowledge and thank Mr. Adil Salman, President, ICV. Thank you for your positive feedback about IPDC work like education, community work, etc. You also mentioned that we need to work together against Islamophobia. Now I'd like to finish in thanking to our beloved Center President, Dr. Rafiqul Islam, also for his inspirational, encouraging opening speech. I also want to take the opportunity to thank our Mohtaram Secretary General, Assistant Secretary General, and the AGM committee for organizing this beautiful event. I want to give special thanks to our Office Secretary, Engineer Altaf Hussain, who worked very hard to make our AGM bulletin and a lot of works related to the AGM. And special thanks to our IT team, IT head, Imran Hossain and his team to make this event successful. We also thank to our next generation team who worked very hard to make their event, to make their presentation today. Last of all, I thank all the participants today for AGM in this Saturday morning, sacrificing your weekend. You presented, you joined here for a long time to make this IPDC the most important event for all of us, the most encouraging event for all of us to join with us. Thank you, everyone, and Assalamu alaikum.